why did Jungkook suddenly hug Jimin in silence just 2 hours before the concert began? And why did that moment leave fans frozen when it was caught on camera? A rare incident was caught on camera just 2 hours before BTS's grand concert began. In a backstage atmosphere full of pressure, precisely as preparations entered the most crucial phase, Jungkook, the golden magne, approached Jimin and suddenly hugged him in silence. No words, no smile, no intended spotlight. But it was in that silence that the camera tasked with documenting the concert preparations captured a moment that has now spread widely and shaken the hearts of fans. Is this a form of emotional support before a major performance? Or is there something deeper we don't know? The seemingly simple hug lasted only a few seconds. But in BTS's world, where every movement is watched by millions of eyes, each second can hold immense meaning. That hug was unlike the familiar embraces during press conferences or regular rehearsals. There was tension in the air and unusual emptiness in both their facial expressions. Jimin looked down for a moment, while Jungkook stared ahead with a blank yet deep gaze, as if thinking about something unspoken. What happened behind the scenes that wasn't shown to the public? Several speculations arose within ARMY, BTS's fandom community. Some said the moment was a sign of Jungkook's deep empathy for Jimin's emotional state, which had seemed quieter lately. Others believed it was their pre-stage routine, a silent ritual to align their energy before facing thousands of fans. Yet some claim the hug was linked to immense pressure the two were facing, both personally and professionally. In the concert preparation atmosphere, there is no room for hesitation. Every second is critical. Lighting checks, vocal warm-ups, costumes, technical equipment, coordination with the crew, everything must run smoothly. Yet amid all that commotion, time seemed to stop when Jungkook reached for Jimin in a silent embrace. As if the outside world didn't exist. Just two human beings sharing calm in the eye of the storm. Why did a backstage camera, usually focused on technical aspects, capture such a personal moment? The camera that recorded the event was originally tasked with documenting behind-the-scenes footage for internal documentary content. No script, no direction, no plan to capture private expressions or interactions among BTS members. But that's exactly what made this image so authentic and touching. This 18-second clip first appeared in a short behind-the-scenes broadcast uploaded by production staff through BTS's official channel. Within minutes, the clip was trimmed, shared by fans, and went viral across social media platforms. One hug, 1,000 words, wrote 1x, formerly Twitter, user. Jungkook didn't need to speak. Jimin didn't need to reply. The hug was enough, commented another fan on Instagram. Is this a sign that the personal bonds between BTS members are deepening over time, or is it a signal of unseen pressures they're facing? Many South Korean entertainment industry observers offered interpretations of the moment. Celebrity psychologist Kim Hyun-woo, in an interview with local media, said, "Silent hugs like that often emerge as a coping mechanism under intense emotional stress." He also added, in performative environments like K-pop, nonverbal gestures can be far more honest than what's said aloud. On the other hand, longtime BTS fans understand that moments like this aren't new, but they're rarely recorded. Jungkook and Jimin are known to have a complex relationship, sometimes like brothers, sometimes like two individuals who quietly complement one another. They rarely show emotional sides openly on camera, which is why when it happens, the impact feels much stronger. There's a special emotional context leading up to this concert. This wasn't an ordinary concert. It was the first concert since internal rumors about the pressures of their unannounced global project. The concert also marked their return to the stage after a fairly long period of individual hiatus. Many believe the hug was an emotional response to the shared burden felt again after not performing as a full group for some time. The management has not issued any statement regarding the clip, though production confirmed that the footage was neither edited nor dramatized. "We didn't realize the moment would have this much impact. It was a real event, recorded without planning, said a production staff member in a written message. Why can a simple moment feel so powerful? Because in a world full of spotlights, a silent hug feels far more honest than thousands of words on stage. In an industry that demands perfection, unscripted vulnerability is the only thing that makes the human behind the artist visible. The hug wasn't just a moment, it was a message. That even someone like Jungkook, known for being strong and composed, also needs space to show his most human side. What will happen next, no one knows. But one thing is certain, that moment 2 hours before the concert has sparked a new conversation about the closeness among BTS members, the pressures they may be facing, and the importance of emotional space even in the most organized world. Cameras may only capture images, but the public gives them meaning. And this time, that meaning is so deep, so powerful, and so unexpected. It may be true that the stage lit up 2 hours later. But for many people, the brightest moment came from the silent hug that happened before everything began. The impact of that moment did not end on the day it happened. Since the clip circulated, the global BTS fan community, ARMY, quickly pieced together interpretations, connecting fragments from past interviews, the live interactions, and journal entries previously shared by group members. Some fanbases even highlighted mental health and emotional pressure as key themes in reading the moment. What makes that hug linger, even days after the concert ended? First, because it happened unscripted. No choreography, no obligation. On a stage as large as BTS's, where every move can become an international headline, such spontaneity rarely escapes without filtration. Yet that is where its power lies. Jungkook, long known as a perfectionist and emotionally reserved, showed his most human side without trying to hide it, and it happened at the most critical moment before a major show. Second, because it touches the most basic side of human relationships: unconditional emotional connection. In an industry that often demands artists to always appear strong, smiling, and dazzling, a silent hug becomes a soft protest against those expectations. It says, "I'm here for you," without words. And that speaks louder than the audience's applause.